Hey, what is up everybody? How are you guys doing? Thank you for checking out this video. Support for the channel is definitely awesome. Yes, yesterday I got a little bit of frost damage on my garden. Today is not supposed to hit freezing, but it is already at 35 degrees at about 4 in the morning. So I didn't cover anything last night, and I have a feeling that there might be a little bit of damage this morning. I could go out there right now and try to cover everything up, but I think everything is already going to be condensated, and pretty much I think the damage is going to be done for whatever is going to happen. So we will see. But today I want to talk about the fear of being a prepper. Number one rule is Fight Club. Don't tell anybody you're a prepper. Why is that? Well, because people are going to follow you home. They're going to come hit your house when shit hits the fan. Yeah, I don't think so. I know this is a big topic in the prepping world. I know it is an honest, legit concern for people that have $20,000 in stuff packed away, $5,000 in stuff packed away. You want to keep it. You have an asset to other people and you realize that. Therefore, people are going to want what you have. And there is no doubt about that. That is going to be true. But let me ask you this. When you went shopping for groceries last weekend, do you remember the eye color of the person that checked you out at the register? If you used a self-checkout, do you remember the way the person next to you, closest to you, looked? Do you remember a conversation you had in passing that was about a 5-second conversation of small talk? Yeah, the weather's cold. Yeah, have a good day. Great. Over in aisle 3. Do you remember everything about that person? Probably not. That is the same way everybody is going to look at you. Now, right now, if you were to just straight up tell somebody you're a prepper, you got beans and bullets and you're ready to go for everything, they don't care. You're just a weirdo. A paranoid conspiracy theorist. They're not thinking about that. They're not thinking about SHTF or even aware anything is going on. Go to Walmart. How many preppers do you think are in there? You're probably the only one. There might be another. So yeah, let's just say 1 out of 100 people are preparing. The fact is most people are not thinking like you think. You are thinking as a prepper. You are thinking as security to keep your goods, to keep your supplies, to keep your family protected. Nobody else is thinking about that unless you're a prepper. There might be slight concerns. There might be hedges against things that are going on. Yeah, there are some people that probably have gone out and bought a firearm in the last couple months because they realized, yeah, these No Kings rallies and stuff like that could get out of hand. Why? Because we lived through COVID and BLM. So yes, there are people that are aware of things that are going on. There are people that are taking steps to protect whatever they need to protect. Are they preppers? No. Are they in a prepping mindset? No, they're not. Very, very few people are preppers. This little niche in YouTube on preparedness and the things that are going on is a very small group of people. Yes, people like Canadian Prepper have millions of followers. I don't even know what he has now, but yes, there are people that do it. There are people that are aware, but are they actively doing anything about it? Most of them aren't. But my point is, like if you're at the grocery store, if you are out doing whatever you're doing for the day and you happen to mention to somebody that, hey, yeah, I'm putting some food back. I'm getting ready for this social unrest. I'm getting ready for missiles to fly into the United States. I'm ready for an invasion from Cuba, whatever it is. They don't care. They don't care. It's going to be a conversation 2 days from now. They are not going to remember you or the conversation unless you really made an impact on them. Like, hey, maybe I should prep, or something like that. And then they might remember you for life, but they ain't coming for your shit. The people that are not preppers just really don't care. Now, yes, when shit hits the fan, everything is going to be different. It's not going to take very long. I mean, it's really unknown on how long a collapse is going to take. You're not going to know till it's over. But it could be quick. It could be months. It could be years. It's probably going to be weeks or months, in my opinion. It's going to hit different levels of chaos. But definitely in the beginning, unless you are a Walmart, an Apple store, or a Gucci store, you probably don't have much worries. Or you might have worries, but you really don't have anything to worry about. I'm going to take the most extreme case. If you are in New York City, in a high-rise, 4 floors up from the bottom, covered in cockroaches for $5,500 a month. Are people going to be coming for your stuff if you are a prepper in a metro New York City apartment? Possibly. Now, if you're talking to people that you see more than once a month, or once every few months, like neighbors, family, people you associate with, the person that's at the corner store that you go into once a week to pick up a gallon of milk, rolling papers, whatever you're buying, they're going to remember you. They're going to know you. They're going to know your face, and they're going to have an idea where you live, probably through conversations over years or however long that you've been in that establishment. Those are the people you need to worry about. So I'm not saying that there isn't a threat of people coming to take your stuff. You just have to be very conscious of who you talk to and who you let know. If it's just in passing, nobody cares. Nobody cares. You're weird. That's it. That's it. When it comes to SHTF happening and a collapse happening, riots happening, social unrest happening, you are going to be no different than anybody else in the world. If you get hit and somebody comes in to steal your stuff, it is totally random. If you have a neon sign in your window facing the road that says, "I'm a prepper," yeah, they're going to come in for your stuff. That's your fault. If you are not advertising it, nobody's coming. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about preppers. You are on the bottom of the list. Now, I'm not going to say you're on the bottom of the list. I don't know what the list is. The list doesn't exist, but you are going to be no different than anybody else, except for the fact that you're going to be able to defend yourself. You're going to be able to fight off some of these people. So at the first sign of resistance, criminals are probably going to flee. It's not worth it. If you're coming in with a switched Glock, thinking that you're going to take over somebody's house or something like that, you're going to be met with a lot of resistance in an empty magazine pretty quick. Yeah. I just think it's a little bit of extra paranoia that's in the prepping community. And I'm just, I guess, here to say, don't worry about it that much. It's not that big of a deal. We are in the world. We are in the constant preparedness mindset. We are in the world of paying attention to social unrest and geopolitics and war over in Ukraine and Russia and China and Iran and Venezuela and Colombia and Australia recently and Korea and all these places. Most people don't care. They watch the news. They love or hate Trump. That's all the news is really about anymore. If you watch local news, if you're one of the few people that actually watch local news these days, yeah, you're going to get some other opinions and stuff and maybe some local protest information or anything like that. But really, if it's outside of bashing politics, division, and hatred, people don't care. That's an advantage that we have right now. You're more likely to have an SHTF happen wearing a MAGA hat in public, than being a prepper with $20,000 and 3 years worth of food and military vehicles parked out back, Why? Because people just really don't care. They don't care. When shit hits the fan, they're gonna care, but they're not gonna remember. They're not gonna know where you live. They're not gonna know what you have, whether it'd be worth risking their lives to come get a couple cases of Top Ramen. Yes, I realize when people get hungry and desperate, they do desperate things. I've mentioned this before. It's going to be the immediate area. If you live in a city, it's going to be contained within that city. So if you are in that high rise in New York City, you're probably going to have some things to contest with. But it's going to be a general gray blanket over everything. It's not going to be because you got canned food under your bed. It's going to be because you are there. You are in the mix of it all. Therefore, you could be a target. That's the only reason you're going to be a target. You could probably do things to make it look like you might be prepared, and I wouldn't suggest doing that. Just look normal, look gray, man. As far as living out here in the sticks where I live, I really don't have any worries. I mean, I do and I don't. I've talked about this in the past, that everybody is well-armed, well-trained, and preppers out here where I live. It's kind of weird if you're not preparing. It's kind of weird if you're not growing your own food, have a garden, have livestock. You're an oddball. You are in the minority here. So there's power that comes with that. I'm meeting a formidable rival. It's not going to be a gangbanger. It's not going to be the Karen from the HOA that is hungry that needs to steal some tofu from your fridge. It ain't the same. Well-versed, well-trained hunters, many ex-vets, stuff like that. So I have different issues than the typical SHTF for people coming for food. It's going to be more on a powerful level, I think. But still, everybody grows. Everybody gardens. Everybody has guns. I mean, I think it's safe to say that. I don't know that for a fact, but there are a lot of people that are armed out here in the country. So yeah, don't worry. Don't worry too much about it. Don't worry about mentioning something in casual conversation, because it's good to maybe throw a little knowledge the way of people that don't know. If you do happen to get into a conversation that gets deep enough to talk about SHTF, which is going to be pretty rare, let people know. Try to inform people on, just open your eyes, just look at what's going on around the world. But are people coming for your stuff? I really don't think so. So I will leave with that. I just wanted to touch on this because I've been hearing it lately. You got to do all this stuff to your house and fortify everything because everybody's coming for you. No, they're not. If you happen to get mixed up in it, it's going to happen, but they're not coming for you. All right, I will leave it with that. I will talk to you guys next time. Thank you for watching this video. Support for the channel is awesome. Till then, peace.
Don't let your boys